Good morning, traders. It's 20th October 2015, 8:32 a.m. Welcome to Justfintech ProAMT Traders Digest. Let me go through the disclaimer first. Trading futures involves substantial risk of loss and not suitable for all investors. This video is for educational purpose only and not a recommendation to trade. Please consult your personal financial advisor or do your own research before taking any trades based on the levels discussed here. We are not responsible for any losses arising due to trades taken on the basis of these levels. The information in this video is in accordance with the terms and conditions risk disclosure disclaimer of justfintech.com. So coming to SGX Nifty, SGX Nifty is trading at 8274.75, almost flat, and most of the Asian indices are trading flat. The S&P 500 futures trading at 2025, negative 2.5 points from yesterday's close. Uh, we had a very balanced day yesterday on S&P 500 futures, and what I was expecting all these days is see what lies above 2015 in S&P 500 futures, and after breaking past that it is not going below 2015. So till it stays above 2015, uh, S&P 500 is in a bullish territory and can try very well to probe into the 2038 zone. So let's see what Nifty did yesterday. So after having a trend day on Friday, we opened within the range of Friday. We had a open auction in range, and then tried to push down. The expectation from yesterday's Traders Digest was that we come down towards 8225, 8220 kind of zone and then bounce back. But what Nifty Futures did is it established a very narrow initial balance. The initial balance high was 8274 and the low was 8245.05. Now I use initial balance from 9:15 to 10 a.m. So those who use till 10:15 may get different initial balance at times. But here, even if you are using an initial balance of 9:15 to 10:15, it broke the initial balance at 11. So they would also have got a failed auction here. So this failed auction again becomes important point of reference. We are into T+1 today of this failed auction. So later it pushed above the IB high, but found some selling there. So basically that 8285 which we were talking yesterday remains an important hurdle for Nifty futures to push through. So until it is not trading above that, there are all chances that we at some point of time we push down towards 8190, 8199 kind of zone, or even a dip towards 8204, 8208 will also complete this auction and repair the unfinished business left on Friday. So we'll just have a look at the traditional TPO chart. So here if you can see, on Friday we were trading below the balance of Thursday, below the value area of Thursday, and finally in the K period pushed above the value area and even the high of the previous day, and left this single print here. So this area becomes a point of interest for any pullbacks towards this zone, and we should be looking for a buy when it pushes here, and once it starts trading below this, the current auction will lose the momentum to go up and may either consolidate within this range or even push down below 8127 once it starts trading below this. And the other scenario can be that if we push, even if we push above 8285 and get rejected from there, then also there are chances that we come back here, start to develop a balance in this upper range. So possibilities are open till we don't have a clean breakout or breakdown. This is just a broader possibility, what the auction may try to do. We'll still see the intraday charts of yesterday and see, go through the hypos of today. There were few requests to see the TPO charts, so just going through the TPO charts to see how the shape is looking, because few people wanted to see whether this was a B-shaped profile. So does it point out to a long liquidation kind of stuff if they are going up and liquidating the longs? So all the shape matters, but also the context is really important. So if we had a long liquidation, we closed at the lows, and then again, if we are able to push below, then we can consider that as long liquidation. But this was like a breakout move. So till we don't go below that, it can't be considered long liquidation, and we should be looking at the current developing profile. Like we have a balance, but still we have poor low and poor high. So it is likely to break both. Not necessary that we break the poor low today or just the poor high today. We can either break both of them today itself, or we'll keep carrying forward this poor low till it gets revisited and broken. So not necessary that we can assume that it will break today itself because we have a poor low and poor high as well. Let's go through the Bank Nifty charts and see what Bank Nifty did. So same, we opened in that Friday spike. So it was an open auction in range and then kept on consolidating down. Unlike Nifty, after breaking the initial balance low, it tried to push above and could not get any acceptance above, and again fell back down below the IB, and finally closed the day just below the IB. So it was a very narrow trading range with sellers coming at the highs and buyers coming at the lows, and finally not having any consensus of a directional move. So let me go through the Renko chart. Change it to 60 so that we can see the rotations better. So here it was a very choppy move till we broke the IB high and could push above. So almost till 12, it was 11:30, I think. So it was a very choppy move down, and the market was just trying to reach to a consensus on a fair price. So again, if anyone would have seen yesterday's Traders Digest, then I had anticipated push towards here and then push above the highs of Friday. But we reversed from here itself. So this was this congestion zone. And let me just put a through a profile over this zone. So if you can see, this was the VH of this congestion, this micro balance. So most often this keeps happening. Then that if there is a micro balance forming and if there is congestion, and if the auction has to continue towards the same side, what it will tend to do is check for the interest there, so that we get a better confirmation of what the auction wants to do. So here we could not push below this VH of this micro balance, and then the auction managed to push above the highs. Again, we had nice rotations there. So there was a micro balance forming up above here, and then again pushed down below the day mid and rotated up back. So it was kind of just a balanced day, not doing much, though there is a kind of double distribution on the volume. But on TPO, we have a normal distribution all across, but with a poor high and poor low. And the volume POC is centered down, pointing that there was consensus at this price and not much of activity happening otherwise. So actually, for me, it was a no trade day. Was looking for an opportunity to enter longs if it would have pushed here. Though this was a very good area to enter, but I tried to refrain from that trade because I was not sure whether I'll be able to get my first 16 points or not. So I tried to refrain from this trade, and we'll see what happens today. So what we can expect today is, if we open somewhere here and if we can find buyers directly at open and push above 8285, then we'll be looking at 8,300, 8,330 kind of a probe zone. But if it is not able to sustain above this volume VH, then it may push down again to check for buying interest near 8240, 8235 zone, and maybe I would still wait for a push towards 8225 and see what's happening there and commit to longs. Or else, if I again get a chance like this where it gives me a fair idea that I'll be able to get my 16 off, then would enter long even at a test of this zone around 8240. Otherwise, I'll still wait for the chance. Or if it breaks above and the high and gets accepted, then we'll try to buy the breakout. Though I am not so fancied about buying breakouts, because what happens is those smart players mark up the prices with high volumes, and that becomes actually a climax move. So such type of climatic moves actually bring an end towards that auction and a beginning of a fresh auction. Same thing what we see on TPO charts as excess. So what happens is somebody marks up prices heavily and then leaves a selling tail on the top, or somebody marks down the prices heavily and then leaves a buying tail at the bottom. So basically, when the range is so narrow and when we are breaking out, what we like to see is what the other time frame is doing, and if we are able to get some excess and in form of a tail on the bottom or top, so it becomes easier to trade such kind of moves. We'll go through the Banknifty Renko. So initially, Banknifty had a similar symmetric move down, but a very choppy one. we opened within the range and then started going down, auctioning down towards this balance. So again, like we had that micro balance in Nifty, this is the same thing. But only thing is, it was not able to gain momentum once it pushed below the IB. So it chopped down, then again chopped in this narrow range, tried to push up above the mid, tried to establish a micro balance there, but was choppy throughout the day. So this shows, if you can see this volume, this shows a very gradient curve towards the edge. So this is the kind of excess we look out in the volume. Though if we don't have this kind of excess on TPO, at times it happens that we leave a poor high behind and have a very gradient, steep gradient in the volume. That means the volume was not existent when it auctioned at the highs, and then start auctioning down. So that poor high will stay as a reference for a few days to come till we are able to repair that. But what happens is, from this we come to know that at least there was no buying interest at the top, because this volume gradient is same like the excess that we get on the TPOs. So there we can make out that there was no interest at the top, and maybe we can then auction down. So it is not about becoming rigid and sticking to the rules that if there is a poor high, we should not be looking for a sell. There are all chances that we auction down first, repair all the anomalies left behind of Friday, and even try to establish balance within that range, and then eventually move up. So it's not a thumb rule that we'll first repair both the poor highs and lows. So whenever we get such days, what we should be doing is looking at the auction, how it develops, and just trade that. Though we should keep the poor high or low as a reference, but not stick to that point that it will get repaired. And or what happens is, without reading all those things, we don't get those things in mind. We never worry about that. But once we learn about all that, we keep on worrying that what we have a poor high. So what if we sell and it will definitely go to break the high? It is not the case always. Though we'll keep a reference that yeah, there is a poor high and it can get repaired. But if we are executing a sell exactly at that point, then we, as it is, have a minimal stop loss. So what we are anticipating for Bank Nifty today is to open within this range and then push till around 17,925, the bid of yesterday, and look for some selling interest there and push back here, chop in a sideways move here, and then push down towards this zone, the 17,700 zone. If we open here within this range and directly start pushing down, then 17,700 can be the first probe zone, and then it may even push down towards this 17,640 area, which is the VL of Friday. The other scenario can be that it opens somewhere in this lower range and then chops here, gets consensus of the prices within that zone, and then breaks out above the volume VH of yesterday. So basically we have formed a balance after a trending day. So what we'll look at is a bounce dip, if it is finding buyers or not, and then enter into a trade. Because after a balanced day, generally what happens is, wherever it breaks out, either the top or bottom, it tries to give a trending move towards that side. So it may also happen that it breaks down just for a while below it and then carries its move up. What I'll do is update the charts at around 10:15, 10:30, so that once the initial balance is formed, we come to know what the auction has done till then and what it may try to do. Because after a balance, it's better that we see how the order flow is going during that first 1 hour, and then take a decision on which side to trade. So, nothing much to discuss further. Uh, Thanks for watching, and I'll end it here. Have a profitable trading day.